me, Zimbabwe. I am 25-year-old Shequera King, Miss Heritage World Bahamas.
Just 50 miles off the coast of Florida lies one of the wonders of the world, an archipelago of 700 islands and keys spanning over 100,000 square miles of crystal clear blue waters. Every year, approximately 4 to 5 million tourists visit the chain of islands because of its warm climate, pristine beaches, dynamic culture, and gracious hospitality of its people. It is a tropical oasis, paradise in every sense of the word. It is the beautiful islands of the Bahamas, the place I proudly call home. What makes the Bahamas truly unique is its colorful history, robust culture, and diverse heritage due to the people that once settled here. The Bahamas has been home to the Lucayan Indians, the very first inhabitants that migrated from Cuba and Hispaniola, English Puritans who sought out religious freedom and economic opportunity, infamous pirates like Blackbeard and Anne Bonnet, English privateers who made Nassau, the capital of the Bahamas, their base, and finally Africans that were brought here to work as slaves. Throughout the islands, you can still see remnants of those that were here before us. Once being a British colony, you can find many British colonial-style buildings, such as the House of Assembly, the Supreme Court, and the Royal Victoria Hotel. Across the Bahamas, you can also find over 20 lighthouses that were built to guide vessels along our treacherous shoals, and in the case of piracy, to intentionally lead vessels into our shoals to be destroyed and seized for goods. Speaking of piracy, during their era, several forts were constructed on the island of New Providence to protect Old Nassau Town and the harbors from invasion. They are Fort Montague, Fort Charlotte, and Fort Fincastle. One of our major landmarks, the Queen's Staircase, commonly referred to as the 66 Steps, can be found at Fort Fincastle. The Queen's Staircase was cut out of solid limestone by African slaves and was named in honor of Queen Victoria, who had signed a declaration to abolish slavery on her ascension to the throne in 1837. In addition to the handiwork of African slaves, on the islands there are also ruins of plantations, great houses, and slave quarters. There are still a few African villages in the Bahamas as well. One of the oldest villages is called Fox Hill, named after Samuel Fox, a freed African slave. More than any other village, Fox Hill is held on to its rich African heritage and culture. Fox Hillians have even established Fox Hill Day, in which they celebrate the 1838 emancipation of their ancestors from slavery. In the Bahamas, there are many tourism heritage sites that were man-made. However, there are also sites that were naturally made by Mother Earth. One of the most captivating geological structures of the Bahamas that even received international attention from National Geographic is the Blue Hole, like the one here in the settlement of Hepburn Town on the island of Grand Bahama. A blue hole is a roughly circular steep-walled depression or underwater sinkhole that gets its name from the apparent dark blue color of its surface water. The boiling hole of Hepburn Town occurred naturally as the island was formed. It was the starting point for explorations that confirmed an underground cavernous system existed across the island. This blue hole was explored and documented by Jacques Cousteau, a French conservationist that studied marine biology. The Bahamas' blue holes have provided a great place for fossil discovery, particularly Sawmill Sink of Abaco Island. Extinct animals, archaeological artifacts, and even human remains from our original inhabitants, the Lucayans, have been found in our blue holes. As you can see, there are many heritage sites in the Bahamas, and thanks to organizations like UNESCO, heritage sites around the world will be preserved for many, many more generations to come. Once again, I am Shequera King, Miss Heritage World Bahamas. Goodbye, everybody.